Hello everybody, welcome to the Tabletop Inn. Please join me at the tavern table while I do an unboxing of the second printing of the Stardew Valley board game. The Stardew Valley board game was designed by both Concerned Ape and Cole Medeiros. In Stardew Valley, you and 3 other players are working together to build out your farm and become the most successful farm in Pelican Town. Why don't we go ahead and bust the box open and see what it looks like when you first get it. So start off looking at the box art. It's amazing. I mean, it definitely gives off the vibe from the video game. The art style is very similar. Obviously not as pixelated as the video game, but I think it just makes it so much better. It's so clean. The colors on it are always really good. Looking at the side of the top cover is just Stardew Valley with the, I think it's the barn it looks like, with the cat on the top. That's so nice. I love that cat. Looks like the art is the same on all 4 sides of the top cover. So we'll go ahead and put that off to the side. Here we go. At the top, it looks like we've got the rule book with a nice "Welcome to Stardew Valley" message with the infamous letter with the purple wax seal on it. Always nice. That gives you the objective nice and clear on the front. Your objective is to complete 4 of Grandpa's goals and restore all 6 community center rooms before the season deck is exhausted, which marks the end of the year and the game. So that's kind of similar to what the video game is. I mean, there's not really an end game in Stardew Valley, but you are working towards filling out the community center, and you are working towards finishing out those Grandpa goals, you know, before you're done with the game. I guess there's really, again, no end time to the Stardew Valley video game. Here, looks like we've got a full sheet of strategies and tips, which is really nice. The new tray, happy to introduce an additional storage tray for pieces to the game. That's so cool. It shows you exactly what goes where. That's really nice. We've got the first of many pop-outs, or punch boards. Very nice. We've got the barn, coop, the farmhouse, the mill, the shed, shipping bin, silo, stable, well, and then it looks like we've got some Joja notices, so could be some potential limiters to the game. I'm forgetting the word that I want to use, but there it is. So we've got a Joja notice for feed storage, cost increase, lost blueprints, cluttered display cases, grumpy villagers, small business tax, and a toxic algae bloom. Then we've got some more here, polluted waters. There we go. Permit required, Jojamart drilling operation, seed shortage, Jojamart warehouse planting, water shortage, and then we're coming into the animals that we have. We have some cows, some chickens, a sheep and a goat, and a duck and a rabbit. So far, I mean, it's definitely giving off that Stardew Valley game feel. I mean, you've got all the different buildings that you can get from the game. They also show the different requirements for them, or what's required for them. So, for example, the barn is required for cows, goats, and sheep. So you need the barn before you can get those. Looks like the next board here starts off with 2 of the player boards. Every player has a different specialization that they go into. So this one is the player board for the fishing profession, and this one's for the farming profession. I believe this is the first player marker. It's the cat. I wonder if the back is the dog. The back is indeed the dog. That's nice. First off, looks like we've got some mining tiles here. This game is heavily based on tiles as far as like your goods, forageables, farming items, things like that. So it looks like we've got 2 minerals here. A bunch of money here, which is really nice, and hearts. Then we've got a 10 stack of money here. I believe there's also a system where you are making friends, and I believe you can move all the way forward to like marrying the different NPCs of the Stardew Valley board game. I think they're all in here as well. So here we've got the foraging profession player board, the mining profession player board, some more minerals for mining, some more stacks of money. We've got 10s and 5s here, and then some more minerals along the bottom here. I recognize a lot of these minerals. I like that it's not the exact same art style. It's really close, but it's still kind of different. I'm trying to think of one that, if I find one that sticks out, well, here, the milk. The milk stands out. Everyone knows the milk and the feathers. So check that out. The style of the feather is completely different than the video game, which is still really nice. I love that. So we've got all the duck feathers here. These look like all animal products mixed in with some minerals here. The duck feathers and the rabbit's foot. The goat's milk and the regular milk, and then we've got the wool from your sheep and goats, or just the sheep and rabbits, excuse me. And then we've got more minerals. All the different minerals. There's so many minerals. There's some that I don't even recognize. I mean, that's the great thing about the Stardew Valley board game, is it seems like you're always discovering something new. Here we've got another punch board. Looks like all these are mostly crops. So you've got the ever faithful parsnip, got the potatoes, the mighty strawberries, the cauliflowers and hot peppers, the blueberries, starfruits and melons. Got the bok choy, the eggplants, and the cranberries. Then we've got some pumpkins down here, along with some more eggs, or actually the start of the eggs, excuse me. On the back, it looks like, I didn't even look at the back of these, I'll double back to them. But it looks like on the back of them they are the same, but they are of higher quality. You see that star in the lower left. Let me check the back of these real quick. So, okay, so it's still the same quality for the rabbit's foot, but on the back you've got the different artifacts that you get that you would normally turn into the museum. Got the golden relic. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. They're all unique though. There's no repeats on this board. Let's see, on the back of the player boards here, we saw the first player token. Looks like we've got more artifacts along the bottom here. So pretty much looks like all the minerals on the back of them are artifacts. So let's take a look here. We've got some more parsnips and some iridium ore. Very nice. Iridium ore is great. There's these different colored squares all along here. Pink, green, yellow, and blue. Give us some parsnips along the bottom here. On the back, okay, that's what they are. So we've got the iridium ore comes from Omni Geodes. And then we've got a bunch of foraging stuff is what the backs of those were. So, very nice. Again, loving the art. Looks like here we've got some trees, fish, and some more geodes and stones. Got the fish that we can fish for in the game. The trees, I believe these eventually turn into wood for you. We've got ones of the different seasons, which is really nice. Spring for the pink ones, summer green, fall in the yellow, and winter in the blue. Some more stone and bug meat. I think these are coming from mining in the mines, or going through the mines. On the back, we've got some more fish, and then the wood from the trees, and then some more mining stuff. There's just so much going on here. It's going to be hard to get everything shown properly. Some more punch boards. Looks like we've got some chests here. I think this is a treasure for fishing. Yep, this is fishing stuff. You got the algae, the broken CD, driftwood, glasses. That's the trash that you can get. And then we've got all the different fish. All the fish you can get. A lot of fish. So there we go. On the back, I believe it's still okay. So the back is the same, I believe. Shrimp? Yes, shrimp. Okay. So they're all the same on the back. No quality up. So I'm not sure exactly what the back sides of these tiles were, but we'll find out. Next is the tile tray. I love this so much. This is just going to make playing the game so much easier because all the tiles are going to be separated into this nice plastic tray. Really looking forward to playing with that. Looks like we got the board next. And there is the insert. Wow, are none of the cards... Okay, they are wrapped, but they're so clearly wrapped. That's so cool either way, though. Look at this insert. Yo! I'm so excited. Here we've got the pawns and the Stardew die that are all unique. We'll bust those out in a moment. We'll go ahead and set the board to the side. Now, let's start off with the cards. Looks like we've also got a couple of velvet bags here. So I believe one's for fishing, the other is for foraging. So, nice bags. Very, very neat, velvety feel to them. So let's go ahead and check out these cards first. I love this insert so much. This is so cool. I'm so excited. I'm very, very, very excited. So it looks like in my hands now is the seasonal deck. Let me go ahead and get the plastic off of here. All right, so I got the plastic peeled off on this the seasonal deck here. Just gonna look through here. Oh my goodness, I love the art on these. Check out the night market. Yo, that's so good. I love this. I also love Stardew Valley, the board game. Let me be perfectly clear. So yes, my opinion might be a little biased here, but look at the art on those cards. That's the Feast of the Winter Star, which is the last, I believe it is the last party that you have, the last holiday in the year before you move on. We've got the Festival of Ice for the ice fishing. Very cool. And then we got the different cards for the seasonal actions that we can, I believe, that are available. I don't remember exactly how it works from when I looked it up. So all the winter cards, we've got, scroll over here. Here we've got the Dance of the Moonlight jellies that look so good. Wow. I love the Moonlight jellies. The luau with the, I believe that's the governor of the region that we're in, if I remember correctly. Some summer cards. They're very similar to the winter cards. In fact, they're the exact same, just I believe it's a different, yep. So the winter has got the snowy background here. The summer has the greenery with the flowing river, which is really nice. I'm loving these cards. They also feel really good. Scroll over here. Oh, there's a little bit of a difference here in the summer cards. I might have to go through the winter cards, so check this out. Oh, it's rain. Whoa! Excuse me. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so there's different. So this card signifies rain, and the art is completely different than the regular weather. That's so cool. So I wonder if I gotta go back again. Well, winter probably won't be different because it doesn't really. Never mind, I lied. There are differences in the winter cards as well. It looks like there's at least 2 different kinds. There's so wow, that's crazy. Let me double check and make sure I'm not missing anything else. I'm not. Okay, so there's 2 different styles, looks like, for each season. One of them being the rain for summer. Here we've got the flower dance. This looks really nice. There you go. You got Shane and, oh, shoot. I can't remember the blonde's name. The blonde, the Emily's sister. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. Got the Egg Festival here. Really nice. Then we've got some spring cards here. Let me see. Okay, here's a couple of differences immediately right off the bat. So there's 2 of the spring cards, or 2 different styles of spring cards, and I bet we're going to have rain in here too. We sure are. We've got the little the lake that's in the woods to the south of the farm in the rain. That's cool. Let me make 100% sure that there's not a 3rd type in the summer as well. There's not, by the looks of it. Okay, cool. So there's the spring cards. I think all that's left is fall, which is probably going to be my favorite. Here's the Spirit's Eve card. Very nice. Love it. The Stardew Valley Fair. Good stuff. Then we've got fall. Yes. Love these cards. Fall is probably my favorite season in real life. Let me double check and make sure I'm not going to miss out on any of these. This great artwork. It is. So there's a little bit of a difference here. Looks like we got the community center in one. The other one looks like it's just the woods south of the farm. And then obviously we're going to have rain in here too somewhere. I'm sure. Yep, here we go. So there's the rain card. A little bit of a blue wash on all the rain cards, which is still really nice. I'm not complaining about that at all. Let me make sure. I wasn't expecting all so many different unique artworks on the cards. That's nice. Got the winter has ended card. So this is the last card you draw to signify that the year or the seasons have come to an end. In this case, it also says that the year is over. I believe this is the last card you draw for the game. When you draw that, the game is completely over. Oh yeah, and then on the back here, we've got the last day of winter. Sorry, I'm distracted by this. There's just so much going on. So it does signify when it's up on the deck that the last day of winter is upon us. So great. Here's fall has ended. Oh, it's got the little your progress has saved on the bottom too. That's so cool. So this is the end screen for usually every day in the board in the video game. Excuse me. You see this kind of screen with all the stuff you've sold. In this case, it's telling you what to do for the end of the round. Draw the next season card, and then the little bottom says your progress has been saved, just like the video game. That's cool. Summer has ended. Again, it's showing what you need to do to reset the round. Very similar to the fall. Spring is also the same. Looks like what it said as far as what you need to do is also the same. The only difference is winter, obviously, because you're not doing anything in winter. That's the last round. We've got one random Grandpa Goal card that was in this deck too, expanding the farm. So the Grandpa Goal cards are signaled by his letter with the purple seal on it. So yep, one random expand the farm goal card. So that was the seasonal deck. I love this already. All right, stop gushing, time to move on. All right, so the next one we're gonna look at 3, 2, 1. So the next deck we're going to look at are the Grandpa Gold cards. We already saw one with the expanding the farm, so that's a goal you need to do before the end of the season, before the end of winter. So we'll go ahead and put that down. We'll go ahead and get this deck out of its purple plastic version. Excuse me. Okay, so I just I was sorting out the next deck because this one actually has 3 separate decks in it. It's got the Grandpa Gold cards, the villagers. I'm super excited to see this one. And then I believe these are the levels for the mines. But at the very end, we got these these 3 cards here. Due to a printing error, 2 seasons cards were printed incorrectly. The updated cards can be found in this pack. See the back of the card for details. So it shows the difference between the 2. So the old Luau and the new Luau, and then Spirit's Eve were both printed incorrectly. So let's go ahead and real quick before I forget to do it, let's go ahead and fish out these 2 and do a little comparison and see how exactly they are different. So here's the differences here. The any player. So this one is the old printing. Any player may discard crops from inventory. For each crop discarded, they gain a friend. That's nice. But in this one, the real version, the updated version, each player may discard 1 crop, fish, or forageable to gain a heart token. So it's kind of the same, but a little different because you are able to put more than just crops into the hot pot, I believe, in the luau. So we'll put this card off to the side, and I'll put this one back into the deck. And here we've got the Spirit's Eve. So the old one, starting player rolls a die. If they roll a star drop, they complete a revealed bundle. So that's kind of neat. But the new one is the starting player rolls a die. If they reveal a Junimo, they complete a revealed bundle. So instead of the star drop, it's the Junimo. Other than that, they're basically the same. Put that one off to the side, and I'll get this one added to the deck as well. Cool. So that's kind of nice. Nice. It's a pretty easy way to fix a printing error. So cool. I'll start these out in a minute. I think they messed up that stacking, so that's cool. So that was an easy way to fix that error instead of having to delay it again, because I think the game already did get delayed once, so they don't want that to happen again. So let's take a look at the mine levels. So you can still go mining like you can in the video game, and there are different levels to it that give you different rewards. So here's what those cards look like. All generally the same. I mean, obviously they're going to have different rewards, but they're all very close. So okay, yeah, these are the map cards shown on the back. Here we've got the levels of the mine, I believe is how this is. Oh, and they've got the different art for the different levels. So you've got the regular one here, levels 1 through 4, excuse me. Then you've got the different kind of background, because every level of the mine is different in the video, or every so often the levels in the mine change style. So here you've got like the lava area. And then when we get all the way to level 12, the very last one is, when revealed, gain 1 epic item. It won't focus, but that's what that says. Really nice. I love that. So you've got the levels for the mines and the maps for the mines. The way it works is you're rolling these die, and if you roll certain ones, you just sort it out on this grid, and that's how that works. So nice. Let's take a look at the Grandpa goals. I'm saving the villagers for last because I think I'm going to like that one the most. So we've got the expand the farm, explore the mine, catch a legendary fish, save enough gold, upgrade starting tools, restore the museum, raise animals, make friends. Look at that. I love that. This is why I'm saving it for last, because I love the artwork. Very cool. So these are the different goals that you're going to need to complete throughout the game. I believe there are 4 revealed in every game. So, I mean, just check out that variety, though. I mean, you're not going to have the same game for a while. So, really nice. So those are the Grandpa Gold cards. The last big cards we have are the villagers. And check this out. Abigail has a frickin' sword on her shoulder. Look at that. Oh, please, for the love of all that's good and decent focus. There we go. Good stuff. That's so good. We've got Alex with the football goalpost in the back. Got Caroline. Looks like the school. There's kind of a school building, or probably the store in the background. Got Clint with his blacksmith hammer. Got Demetrius in his. I mean, there's a cross in the back, but he's the laboratory guy. Got the dwarf. Really nice. Elliot, sophisticated as always. Got Emily, the one that I usually go for. Look at that. Look at that blue hair. Very nice. Got Evelyn, sweet Evelyn. Got George, her husband. Usually a grouch, but that's all right. He's still nice. Gus, the owner of the Star Drop Saloon. Haley, that was her name. Haley, the blonde, the one in the flower dance card. Harvey, the doctor. Jas. Actually, I've never known how to pronounce this little girl's name. Yas, one of the two. Jody. Corbus, the monster in the sewers. Spoilers, by the way. I guess I should put stuff in the beginning of this. Spoilers for the video game. Leia, very naturey person. Lewis, the mayor of Pelican Town. Linus, just kind of there. Marnie, the owner of the barn south of the farm where you get your animals and animal supplies. Maru, daughter of Demetrius and Robin. Pam. Penny, Pam's daughter, I believe. Pierre, owner of the shop and husband to Caroline and father to Abigail. Robin, owner of the carpentry shop. Sam. I'm not going to remember all the relationships, but Sebastian, son of Robin and Demetrius. Shane. Vincent. Got Willie. And the Wizard. Loving the artwork on these cards. It's really, really cool. So those are all the villager cards on the back. They're all the same. Looks like it's just the request board with villagers on the top. Still really, really cool. Awesome. So those are all the big cards in the game. We've got the two incorrect cards off to the side. I'll probably either put them underneath the insert or just at the bottom of one of these somewhere so I can still keep them handy. Now let's move on to some of these smaller cards here. We've already got one bundle here. Let me go ahead and get them out of the plastic. So I've got all the little cards all out of their plastic packaging. Let's go ahead and take a look at them one by one. Let's start with the profession upgrades. So every profession you have, we've got farming, fishing, foraging, and mining, and they all have different upgrades that we can get. Here's the deck for the farming. Got the bee house, cheese press, the keg, the loom, the mayo machine, the preserves jar, the scarecrow, the cask, the oil maker, quality fertilizer, retaining soil, speed grow, the sprinkler. Looks like two different things. So you've got the actual profession choices you can do. You've got the artisan profession, or whoops, hit the mic or the camera, excuse me, or the agriculturalist profession. Also got the rancher and the tiller. And then we got Coop Master. Funny name. Coop Master, focus please. Thanks. There you go. Coop Master. And the Shepherd. So those are the three different specs that you can go for farming. Get the cards in the right orientation here. So I kind of like how they did the professions. So there's not just one card for every single profession spec. You've got the two orientation cards. Let's take a look at fishing here. Got the magnet, barbed hook, cork bobber, the dress spinner, lead bobber, spinner, trap bobber, I'm trying to look at the camera, treasure hunter, the worm bin, the dish of the sea, chowder, treasure chest, recycling machine. Then we've got the different specs for the fishers. We've got the fisher, or fishing, excuse me. The trapper, got angler, and the pirate. Nice. Sorry, the camera's not focusing. The cards are really small. The mariner, and the lure master. Very nice. Again, sorry that the cards aren't going to be in focus for a couple of them. It's hard to get him to focus on these smaller cards like this. So here we've got the foraging upgrades. We've got the Scythe, Glow Ring, Seed Maker, Axe, Clear Path, Tapper, Lightning Rod, Magnet Ring, the Pig, Charcoal Kiln, Hardwood, Shells and Coral. And then we've got the different upgrades for the foraging. Got the Botanist and the Tracker. Got the Gatherer. If I put my hand behind it, it might focus a little more. The Gatherer, there it goes. And the Forester. Got the Lumberjack and the Tapper, done that twice now. So those are all the foraging profession upgrades, There's a lot going on in this game and I'm excited for it. So now we've got the mining cards. We've got the Aquamarine Ring, got the Burglar's Ring, Emerald Ring, the Jade Ring, Bomb Recipe. Please focus for low wall is good and decent. There we go. Staircase Recipe, Transmute, Ring of Yoba, Bone Sword, Master Slingshot, Neptune's Glaive. I've never seen that before. A Slammer, Warrior Ring. Then we've got the different professions for the mining. We've got the Miner and the Geologist. Focus, please. Focus, please. Thank you. Geologist. Got the Prospector and the Blacksmith. Then we've got the Excavator and the Gemologist instead of Geologist. So very nice. Trying to keep all these oriented in the same way when I get them put back in their decks. So those are all the the profession upgrades that you can get. Looks like we've got a bunch of starting items. So the starting tool, we've got pickaxes, fishing rods, got the hoe, like the tool, calm down, and the watering can. And I believe all of these on the back have upgrades that you can get. So you can upgrade the watering can at the cost of 1 copper ore. I believe, they go up in quality as you go. All the way up to the iridium watering can. OP. Very nice. So those are starting tools. We've got the community center bundles. So these, again, I believe 5 of them go out. These are the different bundles that you have to fill out to win the game. Just like the video game, of course. Very nice. Then on the back are the different types. So we've got some boiler room, vault, bulletin board, and so on. Fish tank, pantry, crafts room. So all the different rooms, and those are the different ones that you need to fill out. So those are the community center bundles. Here we've got some basic items. Got the backpack upgrade, bait, beer, bomb. I'm not going to go through every single one because it's a pretty big deck, but all the different basic items that you see throughout the game are here, it looks like. Okay. We've got an event deck. So we've got the classic, the train is passing through, Stardew Valley, good stuff. So these are just the different events that show up. I saw this same symbol on the season cards, so we probably draw these cards whenever those the symbol shows up on the season cards. So different events. We got mine events that again show up. Oh, it's an epic item. I don't want to look at that yet. That show up when you see this symbol on the mine maps and you roll it properly. So then we've got the dwarf, draw 3 items, artifact, mushroom floor, mineral, mine upgrade, friendship, or node, boulder, barrels, diamond, an epic item, underground lake, a light in the dark, empty, cave carrot. So there is one empty thing where nothing happens. Now on to the epic item deck. I saved this one purposely for last. So of course we've got the mermaid's pendant attached to a friend that displays the mermaid pendant icon. I believe that goes into marrying, of course. And it says see the page 23 for the rules on that. The gold clock, of course. Junimo hut. Copper pan. Crystallarium. The greenhouse, overpowered greenhouse. Minecart. Galaxy sword. Look at the galaxy sword. Look at that. That's so cool. I kind of wish it looked like that in the game too. The deluxe scarecrow. Solid gold Lewis. Never seen that before. Star drop. Dark shrine. Statue of endless fortune. An ancient fruit. The return scepter. That's cool looking too. Looks about the same as the game though. The horse. And the Prairie King arcade system. So those are all of the cards in the game. Let me go ahead and get them stored back up. We'll take a look at the die and the pawns here, and then I'll try to get everything stored back up. So now we're going to take a look at the pawns, and in my opinion, just from looking at it, probably the most somewhat basic components of the game, basic looking components of the game. They are unique pawns. They're not the same as you typically see in games, but they are still just in the pawn shape. So not a whole lot going on with these pawns. Kind of disappointing, but not really. I think it would have been cool to have like a unique shaped meeple that was at least in the shape of what the players are. So those are the pawns. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring out the unique die. They're 6-sided die, but they all have different symbols on them instead of just numbers 1 through 6. So we're going to check these out. I believe they are different actually. So we've got these 4. Oh no, they are the same actually. I apologize. I think. Nope, these are animals, all animals, and these are all different on here. So we've got the hearts, Junimo, and star drops. I'm going to give them the camera in a minute, just had to get them oriented. So these are the Stardew die, I believe is what these are called, specifically. And then we've got animal die here that I think go into how you get items from your animals. So they've all got the different animals on each side here. So very nice. I like the die. They're plastic. They feel really nice. So that is all of the components of Stardew Valley. Let me go ahead and get this game punched out and stored out. And then I'm going to actually kind of show you each step when I get them stored. So I'll be right back with you. So I've got the first tray all stored out. I've got the seasonal cards in one well. I've got the villagers in another well all by themselves, I believe I did. Oh no, I put the grandpa goals underneath the villagers. And then I put the mines, both the levels and the maps in one well. You've got a well dedicated for every single forageable item here on the side. You've got the 3 small decks here. I've got the events and the items in one side here because their colors stand out really well. Got the, oops, get in there. Got the community center bundles with the epic items because again, their colors stand out. And then I've got the upgrades for the different specs and the starter tools underneath. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them by their starting tools so the colors again stand out, but right now they're just the same. So those are the small cards. I've got the per the box. I've got the get in there. I've got the hearts, coins, the die, and the pawns all in here. However, I might put the hearts and the coins in these wells here because they've still got a little bit of room in them, so they're separated. And then I've got the animals and the buildings in this well, and the JoJo tiles in this well to try to keep them separated. Again, I believe their colors stand out. They do. The colors stand out, so I can keep them separated fairly easily. So, per the new tray icon that I went by, I've got everything stored the way it needs to be here. Now I'm going to go ahead and take on the daunting task of punching out the rest of these and getting them sorted into this tray here. Let's get to it. So I've finally gotten everything punched out for this tray here, and I've got them sorted out per what the book says on page 6 of the rule book, which in my opinion is probably the best way. You've got them left to right in ascending order of value. You've got the food or the animal products all on the right side here. Then you've also got them sort of from season top to bottom. Then along the bottom you've got pretty much everything you get from the mines. There's 4 of each of these tiles and they're all just stacked in here. I've also got all the minerals stored into this gray bag, all the fishing tiles stored in the blue bag. Obviously I've got the start player marker punched out as well. Then I've got all the player boards punched out. So before we store everything, why don't we go ahead and look at the freaking game board? I haven't even bothered to sprawl that out yet, so let's go ahead and do that right now. And finally, here we have the game board all sprawled out. We've got the farm here in the upper left, got the southern area here for river fishing and where you go to buy animals. In the farm area, you can water the crops and collect some animals. Over here in the mountains area, you can buy buildings from Robin's shop. You can go lake fishing or explore the mines. Down here, you've got the main town here where you've got the community center where you'll go to reveal and complete bundles. You can buy seeds and sell things from Pierre's. You can make a friend at Gus's in the saloon. Then you go all the way over here to the eastern side of town where you can open geodes and donate to the museum. Then at the very bottom, you've got the ocean and the beach where you can go ocean fishing. We've got all the season discards. We've got everyone's birthday right here for spring. So that's nice. It would be nice if those cards were separate so we could see spring, summer, fall, winter, but we cannot, but that's okay. The villager cards, they have their birthdays on them, so it's not a huge deal. We've got the fishing track down here. Then we've got some the museum donations along here. I believe this is a track that shows the possible geodes that you, or the things you can get from geodes based on how you roll a die. And then we've got a little bit of a glossary, if you will, of all the icons that are on the season cards. We've got Grandpa's goals along here. And then you've got the community center bundles along here. Then right here you've got the levels and the maps for the mines. Got a couple of things noted here. Rewards: when you restore a room for the community center, you gain an item. When you restore the last room, you gain an epic item. And when you reach level 12 in the mines, you gain one epic item, which we saw on the on that level 12 card. So yep, this is the entire player board. It's a very interesting shape. It's almost perfectly square, if not maybe a little taller than it is long. So yeah, this is pretty much the game board for Stardew Valley. It's really nice. I mean, the artwork on it is great, just like the rest of the game in my opinion. There's nothing else that I want to point out here. These wood icons here that are kind of hard to see from the camera right now. I can pick up the board to show you. These little wood icons here from chopped wood, that's where the trees will go. Then there's also some foraging spots, along the board here where those foraging tiles will go. So that is the entire game board of the Stardew Valley board game. Why don't I go ahead and get everything packaged up and we'll sit back down and I'll give you my final thoughts on the game. Wow. What can I say about this game so far? The artwork is great. I mean, it really does capture the feel from the video game, and I've always been a fan of the artwork in general. I've just thought it was really nice. The tiles, the punch outs on the board on this game are really, really nice. They're really thick. They feel really nice. Only had one incident on a JoJo tile where unfortunately the paper peeled up onto the tile. It's always the risk on punch boards, and I always say I really wish developers would shy away from it, but in this case I think I'm more okay with it, even with the mess up of that one tile, because these still feel really nice. Storage for the game, I'm impressed. A+ for me. I think if I had to complain about the storage, it would have been nice if they could somehow find a way to store the hearts and the gold in a separate well besides just having them thrown in with the dice and the pawns. The minor gripe, the only other minor gripe I guess I have are the pawns. It would have been nice if they were actually like meeples. It would have been even cooler if they were uniquely shaped meeples, with being like the same shape of the players. So like they had the male icon, the male shape in the video game, and the female character in the video game. That would have been really cool. Not a huge deal. I mean, compared to everything else, it's fantastic. They've got its own sheet that tells you how to store it, which is really nice because sometimes that can be a little iffy. It's got its own storage tray, organization tray for the game that you just pull out and plop it right down. Setup, I think, is going to be fairly easy. Yeah, I'm already pleasantly impressed with the game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially with it being co-op, again, up to 4 players. So if you really like the video game of Stardew Valley, I would recommend giving this a look. If you have the chance to play it before you buy it, obviously do that. But that is all I have on the unboxing of the Stardew Valley board game. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like to let me know. If there's anything I could have done different, please leave a comment to let me know. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed your stay at the Tabletop Inn. We'll see you next time. Take care.